Now that Imed came back to Rogue Demon, I will be brutally ranking all of BS Studios updates from 1 to 10. This was the very first update Boss Studios have given us, and in my opinion, it was okay. The M1s were pretty buggy, and the only thing good about the moveset was the ultimate, which was also buggy. But I'ma be more lenient since it was the new dev team's first update to get. This was one of the better reworks we've gotten from Boss Studios. I personally liked this one because it was way more creative and usable than the old moveset. However, the only downside is how useless the evasive is. People can literally dodge it without even trying. This is an interesting one. The moveset did not look anime accurate at all and looks like they just made their own breathing style. The moves were also lazy and buggy, as usual. Now this is peak. They made Akaza's moveset more anime manga accurate without butchering the VFX. The only downside was that on release, Air-type M2 was just too OP, but they nerfed it later on. Would have been nice to add in a better ultimate, but I can't even be mad because of how good the actual moveset is. There's not much to talk about with this update, because it was pretty mid in my opinion. The visuals were fine, but the moves itself were underwhelming. This normally would have been okay since we don't see much flower-breathing forms animated, but the moveset was so buggy again. This rework was like the Akaza rework, but like a million times better. Not only did they improve the VFX of most of the old moves, they even added a cool cutscene ultimate with its own special finisher and 2 new moves, one of them being an attack that poisons the enemy. All this really makes Sickles such a fun moveset to use, and I'm glad Boss Studios took the time to perfect this. Considering how underwhelming the original Swamp moveset was, this wasn't bad at all. I actually liked what they did with it. There's really nothing bad to say about this moveset, but that's just me. I absolutely loved what Boss Studios did with this. They put a lot of creativity into it like they did with the Sickles rework. This would have been the same rating as Sickles. However, the only reason it isn't is because of some bugs that made some of the moves unusable. This is a tricky one. The moveset was pretty good, but I feel like they could have made it less butterfly-focused, since if you watch the new movie, we know Shinobu did more than that. Other than that, they finally gave Insect an evasive and made Caprice more anime accurate. This is where things really start to get brutal. What in the world were they even thinking when they made this? Not only did they make the moves buggy, they also made the VFX way worse. Just take a look at this. Yeah, that's how bad it is. And the only slightly good thing about the moveset is the ultimate they changed a bit. Other than that... Oh my goodness. I didn't think it could get worse than this, but it did. This Sun rework destroyed the entire moveset completely. If you didn't know, this was a special and iconic moveset that was made by TZE, the owner of Jujutsu Shenanigans. He did all the VFX by himself, and it was perfect. Just for Boss Studios to come in and butcher it all. They even removed the iconic Hinokami M1 just to give it no replacement. Not only is the VFX bad, but the animations are too. There's just no way they already fell off this badly after several good updates in a row. The only excuse I can think of is how bad they were struggling to make Stone, but that all just went to waste since Stone never got released. Not gonna lie, this was way better than the original Duma moveset. It's just all the bugs that ruins it, as usual. Also, they made this moveset extremely broken for some reason. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. These are my final rankings on all Boss Studios' Rogue Demon updates. Did you like them? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now that Boss Studios is gone, it's time for a new Rogue Demon era to begin. Like and subscribe and join me on my journey.